For the six, quest for the six, quest for the six, yeah. It's quest for the six. We ain't taking nothing less, and we ain't taking let's get it, yeah. It's quest for the six, quest for the six, yeah. It's quest for the six, yeah. It's quest for the six. We ain't letting up a little bit until we get that six. Put me in, coach. Let me run the game. I talk a lot of things. I aim a lot of things. I am a lot of folks. I am a lot of fools. I tell you what you is. You be a bloody nose. We hitting hard like some hard fucking hitters. Talk a lot of shit, spit the business in the witness. Tell it like it is, and I ain't giving fucks. You talk about what it is, and guess what? I'm popping trunks, I light you up. What you talking about? Really don't want no beef, and if you do, and I will come around, and yes, you will cease to it. This, and I don't really give a fuck, because once you get me pissed, that's it. That be the end of your luck. Bye-bye. Quest for the six, quest for the six, quest for the six, yeah. It's quest for the six. We ain't taking nothing less, and we ain't taking let's get it, yeah. It's quest for the six, quest for the six, yeah. It's quest for the six, yeah. It's quest for the six. We ain't letting up a little bit until we get that six. Quest for the quest for the quest for the six. It's quest for the six, quest for the six, quest for the six.
Well, that was interesting. Welcome, everybody. It is the quest for the six, man. We are in week 3. That's right. On Monday Night Football, all eyes on us, America's team. I got my man Bob with me down in Denver. I'm up in Washington State, the Big Green Rush. And we're here on live, baby. We're live in 4 places here today on Twitter, LinkedIn, YouTube, and Facebook. Shout out to everybody watching us on the feed, but tap in with us. It's the pregame show. How you doing down there today, Bob?
It's the pregame. It's the pregame. Good, man. I'm feeling good right now, man. Had a good day at work. I got my buddy Jason in from Miami, Florida, the next wave of all my friends. So I took him for the dispensary experience out here. He's like a kid in a candy shop. I'm getting excited for tonight's game, man. So everything is looking real good right now, man. Other than the fact that my PC died and I'm doing this on the telephone, which I never do. So
I know, but hey, good on you for still not giving up and tapping in the gym with me here. Not letting a little adversity stop you.
Not happening.
Nah, man, fuck it. You got it, BG. But I appreciate you tapping in on your phone over there. That's Creator Problems 101. But welcome, everybody, to the show. If you're tapping in with us here today on the pregame show, give us a shout out. Where are all the green badges at? We would love to have any of our green badge supporters here today on this Quest for the Six pregame show. You want to tap in with us, show us your church clothes. Tell us what you think maybe the keys to victory are going to be. I'm going to give you my 2 keys to victory here today. I talked about it earlier this morning, but tap in with your boy and let's go green badges. Let's share this video, share it with another Cowboy fan. Let's grow this audience. This is the pregame tap in show with Bob and BG.
What up, yeah.
First in the building.
Feeling a little good about tonight, man. A little nervous, but a little good, man. I mean, it's a Cowboys game, so it's always the same thing, man. A little excited, a little nervous.
Yeah. Well, I'm not as nervous this week as we were last week because, the Cincinnati Bengals actually went to the Super Bowl, and they really are an NFL football team, unlike maybe the Detroit Lions or the Minnesota Vikings or maybe even the Commanders, who the Eagles haven't played anybody real yet. We beat a real team already with a backup. I'm really not concerned about Detroit or Minnesota because, especially Minnesota, the other cousins handled them for us last year. But I truly think Cooper is going to be able to drive that bus up to the Big Apple and get us a W today, baby.
Yeah, it might be it, man. He just happens to be it looks like he's just cold enough, cool enough, calculated enough, doesn't have all that money, all that stardom. I guess there's a lot of weight that comes with all that shit, man. I mean, you get somebody like that who just wants his job and wants to show how to play football, that he can play football. And I guess good things are going to happen, man. Is he Is he looking better than Dak? No, he's not looking better than Dak, but he's definitely looking a hell of a lot better than a lot of backups I've seen in a while. And I was nervous when he came in, but like you said, I don't think I'm as nervous right now as I was last week.
Yeah. I've been saying it all week. I said it before the Cincinnati game. I felt Cooper Rush, if he could get about 250 yards passing, maybe 2 touchdowns or 2. I'm a little biased because I got him in my fantasy football lineup with CD Lamb, but that's because I benched Derek Carr, of the nation. That team we keep talking about, that's 0-3. Bunch of Cowboy fans are confused and want to be confused and be a part of. But you had to bench Derek Carr, but I got Cooper. I think he can draw this bus to New York on prime time. I think it's familiar. He's I think probably one of the best backups in the league, most familiar with that offense. So I've got all faith in him. I don't see any scarcity of that defense of the New York Giants. I don't see them. I mean, even Cincinnati only sacked Cooper Rush last week only once.
Right.
And, Daniel Jones was actually sacked 3 times, by the Panthers this past week, and then 5 times the week before by the Titans. So, sacks on sacks on sacks. But I think tonight, the secondary gets an interception. I think we got to see an Oski tonight, as that's what we've been talking about.
That'd be nice. That'd be real nice, man. Probably, I'll tell you what, who's going to be? It's going to be Anthony Brown. It's going to be the guy that everybody thinks ain't going to do it.
Not Doodoo Brown for a pick 6, baby. I can handle that. He got Dak, I think, on his first play in training camp. I think we've seen reports of that. He picked him off and waved at him as he ran it back. I don't care if Donald Trump was back there in the secondary. If he can get a pick 6 and yell out Oski and we can score, I'm with it, baby.
Yeah, that'd be a nice thing. I know the defense. I know Micah's a little under the weather right now. He's definitely ill. He's going to be playing sick tonight. But I still believe that we've got a hot enough defense to really, really get after the QB and to really, really cause an issue. Now, Saquon Barkley is a different animal. Barkley's a different animal no matter who you are. But I don't know. I feel like our interior D is a little bit better this year. Now, we have given up some yards up the middle. That's for damn sure.
Leonard Fournette, Joe Mixon. Yeah, we've given it's kind of like an oxymoron. It looks like we've gotten a little bit better. We may have but the numbers don't show that. But I know exactly what you're talking about. Can we stop Saquon tonight so we can solidify this front line and stop this defensive, stop this running the damn ball from the opponent? I got you, Bob. I'm following you.
I'm interested to where they're going to put Jason Peters, because he's going to play tonight. And considering Tyler Smith's score over the last couple of weeks as a left tackle, being one of the highest, if not maybe the highest graded left tackle in the league right now with not giving up sacks, I'm really interested to find out where they put Jason Peters, and then that means who are they pulling out. So I know he's got some reps with us. I just have this feeling they're going to have him at guard, Jason Peters, left guard, because it would be silly for them to try and break up that continuity of getting Tyler Smith out there on the tackle. So
I think it's already been reported he's going to be playing guard tonight, if I'm not mistaken. I
know okay.
Somebody. I've just seen something here recently. We know he's going to be in the lineup, but we heard also he's not going to be in this particular position we may have hired him for, because you know how they like to play musical chairs with this offensive line. Like I said, hopefully Peters coming into the line tonight doesn't fuck up the chemistry, because the Bengals only got to Cooper Rush once and sacked him last week. There was 5 quarterback hits, but they only sacked him once. So they did a great job. Hopefully Peters then can solidify that, get that number down to 0 tonight.
Yeah, I'll tell you what, man, it's for as terrified as I was about how that offensive line was going to perform this year. They've done some things. It remains to be seen exactly what they can do for a full game run blocking, because God knows Kellen Moore doesn't want to go through a full game of run blocking for anybody. So maybe if we get Zeke 15, 20 carries tonight, maybe Pollard about 10, see what we got going on. Maybe we can, I'd like to see a little bit more of a balanced attack, man. And we don't have the weapons to be playing the way Kellen was playing. So I don't know. It's going to be really interesting.
There's other good news out too, not to interrupt you when you're talking about personnel on the field. MG13 was touted that he would come back this week. I knew that shit was media bait by the Joneses. That's how they do it, y'all.
Yeah.
We're not going to see MG13 till Dak come back. Why would they bring MG13 back with a backup? Come on, man. Let's just be real here. But there's been reports Jalen Tolbert is back in the lineup as of tonight. Now, we know Cooper's got that connection with Noah Brown. And, you know, I got CD Lamb lining up, and Dalton Schultz, I think, is testing his knee out there. I think it's been reported he's not going to be a play. So if you got Dalton Schultz in your fantasy lineups like I did, I had Kittles also as a backup. I played him, but I don't think Dalton Schultz is going to be in the lineup tonight. So make sure and pull him out of your lineup. Go out there, get Peyton Hendershot or whatever his name is, and Jake from State Farm Ferguson over there.
Yeah, those two guys are going to have a lot of work tonight, man. Whether it be actually going out and running crisp routes for us, I don't know, or if they're keeping him in, they're keeping them both in the block, which I'm guessing is going to be happening a little bit more. I'm hoping anyway. I don't know. I don't know what the hell to think anymore, BG. I tell you what, every week I feel like I'm just an idiot, man. I say what I think is going to happen as a 49-year-old Cowboys fan, and then they just surprise me in doing some weird shit. So I don't know.
Hasn't it been a weird season to date so far? I mean, think about that Miami game. I know you're from Miami and ain't trying to rub salt in no wounds. I know you got a lot of guys down there in Miami that are Dolphins fans. But who would have thought the Dolphins with Tua would be one of the undefeated teams left in the NFL after week 3? Not me. And if you say you a lie.
You can only be bad for so long. And really, congratulations to all my Dolphin fans and friends out there in Miami, because those dudes, they don't really talk shit, man. Sometimes on Facebook they're all anti-Cowboy, but that's America for you. But most of the time they're really chill because they haven't done shit in a long time. So it's good to actually see them actually have a reason to be a little bit happy right now, because before it was just sadness all around. But yeah, it's definitely crazy, and I'm seeing a lot of wide receiver action in the league, man. It's been all wide receivers this last couple of weeks, man. You know, it hasn't been a run-heavy season so far. It's been quarterback to wide receiver connection, and yesterday especially, man, that was insane.
Right on. Mark Buddha's tapping in. Appreciate all the engagement. Mark, do me a favor. We got 13 likes on this video. I got 22 of y'all watching us here on the show today. Do me a favor, at least like this video. Give me some social currency. Give us some social currency here, so our live videos will pop up in your feed moving forward. It tells Facebook that you like it here when you actually like it. So like the video, give us some engagement. But Buddha's tapping in, says we might rely heavy on the run tonight with no Schultz. Well, I agree with you, because I think we've seen a lot of 12-man sets last game, did we not? With 2 tight ends lining up.
Heavy on the run would be beautiful, because that would mean we're committing to something, and the run would be something beautiful to commit to, because you know what I'm saying? Every week it seems like we get 5 or 6, 10 runs in, and they pull the plug on that shit, and we just start trying to air it out.
Like we did last game, where we scored 2 touchdowns in a hurry in the first quarter, and then we watched paint dry until about the fourth quarter, the end of the fourth quarter, right? Yeah. No, I think that goes back to consistency. That goes back to play calling. That goes back to running the ball. I mean, Cooper Rush had, 235 yards and a touchdown last game. He can get us that. 2 touchdowns, 250, and the 2 touchdowns to let Zeke and Pollard do their thing. I mean, we might even have a special team sighting tonight, you know, like a Gavante Turpin, because we've yet to see him. But my keys to victory tonight are going to be Cooper Rush just being in the bus because he's familiar. Don't get cute driving the bus, Cooper. Just drive the bus tonight, baby. Do what you did like you did last week. And then the second thing is going to be this defense. But I'm banking Micah's going to get at least 3 sacks, but I'm going to need Tank to show up in the sack column tonight. It's been 2 games. Tank ain't got nothing but 4 tackles on the season. I don't want to hear all that shit about Tank making these other plays off of the ball that matter. I don't want to hear that shit. Tank, I need some sack contribution numbers tonight, baby.
Yeah, I was actually just going to say that, BG. I was going to say I'm tired of hearing his name associated with run stopping. And
don't get on Instagram. Don't get on Twitter. Don't say shit till you get us our sacks, Tank. Sorry.
Yeah. Yeah, but I'll tell you what, man, I definitely do. I do like his interactions, especially on Facebook. It's pretty interesting how he does interact quite a bit. But yeah, he does. He needs a little bit more of in the sack column, and tonight might be the way to do it, man. They're not offensive line for the Giants isn't great right now, and neither is their defensive line. We've got a real shot to look a little better than we actually are tonight, man, if we pull out a win.
I think a lot of folks are just, quite frankly, underestimating us. And I think that a lot of them, half of the folks, all of the people that underestimated us before Cincinnati, half of those people now have became fans of Cooper Rush and the bus. And I think the other half are still optimistic this week, because everybody essentially wrote the Cowboys off against Cincinnati in week 2 after Dak Prescott went down. And I told you, all Cooper got to do is go in and drive the bus and let the defense go to work. And what happened? They got to Joe Burrow 6 times. Same thing here. If the defense can get after it, Cooper Rush don't need to do nothing extravagant but draw that bus, baby. And that's it.
He's the kind of guy to do it though, too. Again, like I was saying earlier, he doesn't have all that money. He doesn't have all that pressure on. Well, he's got pressure, but it's not the kind of pressure of the like the starting quarterback for the for the Dallas Cowboys that got a multi-million-dollar contract. That's a different kind of pressure as of right now. But I really think Cooper's going to be able to be calm in these situations and throw the ball away when we yell at Dak to do the same thing when he just takes the sack. There's some things that there's plenty of things that are difference in play type, but the fact that he's doing it in sort of a robotic manner is a good thing for us right now. A really, really good thing to see us do. Just fundamental football is what we need from a quarterback.
Yeah, we got a little happy little Eagles fans over here saying, fuck the Cowgirls. Come on, man. Your vocabulary lacks, man. Get original. Like that shit been since I don't know whenever. We know y'all are 3-0. You happy over here thumping your chest out. But I invite you to come back and join me on Wednesday at 9 a.m. where we talk about NFC East matters. That's if you have any kind of expanded vocabulary, because we're smart Cowboy fans over here. We're not your homers. Yeah, so expand on your.
That's the low-hanging fruit right there, man. That's one of the easiest ones. But you know what? It's still adorable. It's still adorable to hear.
Right, but I mean, I appreciate that, Thomas. He said, "Wish you was an Eagles fan." Yeah, I know y'all had EDP out there. The EDP dude, I don't know, he got arrested for underage dating or something. I don't know, sexual something out there. I know EDP. I know the Philly fan base needs somebody stand up, not named EDP.
It's a landslide
here. But we got those Giants on Monday Night Football. It is the pregame tap in with Bob and I. And I said my keys to victory here today are Cooper Rush, just maintain the bus and don't get cute. And defense got to show up again. We got to get after Daniel Jones. We got to stop that run. Now I know Leonard Fournette's gashed us. We know that Joe Mixon's gotten us. We got to show the world tonight on national TV that we can stop the run tonight while running the ball and maintaining this clock. And I truly believe we can see something special here if the Dallas Cowboys can come out and execute on this game plan. I think a lot of folks, like I said, are still underestimating us. And I think we might put up a better showing tonight than some folks want to give us credit for.
Yeah, they got a whiteout going on apparently on the in the stadium. They sent something out to try and get a stadium whiteout, which I don't really know what that does, but well, I know the Cowboys are wearing all navy, so that really doesn't really matter to us.
That's correct. Cowboys in their navy jersey uniform, or navy blue jersey and the silver pants tonight. Giants are going to be in all white. They're trying to do a white out there tonight. You got to love them trying to get into the game spirit. I mean, when is the last time the New York Giants and Dallas Cowboys been on prime time and it's been relevant?
Probably the Garrett days, right? When he was out there screwing things up for New York.
Well, there's a record in 2015 on that primetime game between the Giants and the Cowboys. I mean, it was a streaming record broken. Now we're on ESPN tonight. You got ABC, ESPN, all of the local, everybody's going to be able to watch it tonight, especially ESPN Plus. So they're going to be tabulating all of the streams and all of the views. I almost think they're going to shatter that record from 2015 tonight, because the Giants are 2-0, y'all. Let's not forget. They are one of the unbeaten teams left in the league. And can the Cowboys come in and beat an unbeaten team? And then I want to ask this Eagles fan, or any Eagle fans that are tapping in, any NFC East fans that are tapping in here, if we were to beat the Giants tonight, did we really beat a team? Because a lot of folks are, quite frankly, asking, did the Eagles beat any teams yet either? So I just ask all Eagle fans, all NFC East fans, should we beat the Giants? Are we going to hear, oh, it's just the Giants and it's the NFC least? I mean, they are unbeaten after all.
Well, I think as a Cowboys fan, we should go ahead and just expect that. Yes, we are going to hear it's nobody, it's just the Giants, whatever. I mean, that's the way, that's the life we've got to lead. That's the way it is, man.
And I think they got the Giants favored because they're at home. Yeah, it looks like matchup predictor 55% over the Dallas Cowboys at 43%. That's per ESPN here. You seen me open that here. I'll share this back up. Everybody can see what I'm looking at here. All right. If you see that little number circle there, that's where I was getting that from. That's the matchup predictor there. Pick center here. See, they got New York favored it.
Yeah, that's cute, man.
Yeah, and I'm pretty sure they had Cincinnati favored when they went into AT&T, right?
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Because everybody had wrote us off, baby. And if you're one of them fans that are still writing off your Cowboys because Cooper Rush is driving the bus, shame on you, man. He got a star on his helmet. It's not like his name is Baker Mayfield or anybody.
Not to mention folks out there, I'm just going to give you just a little bit of advice. I understand everybody wants to know who is favored and not favored. But if we're talking about going to a gambling city, line, state, organization, any of those folks, those numbers can be fudged, and those numbers are fudged every once in a while. So, I don't really know what most people can consider who's the underdog and who's not. At this point right now, I believe it would really be a sort of a draw, if I'm being honest, rather than having New York be favored in this game. Right? I just don't see why that would be even freaking possible. They're not at full health, and other than Barkley, they're not going out there crushing shit. So, I mean, they're winning the games, but that's neither here nor there. I don't know. I really, really just hope that our culture is being held up right now throughout all this crazy shit we're going through, because that's really what we need to lean on right now, because we're getting better with penalties. That's a culture thing. We're getting better with stupid decisions. I think that's a culture thing as well. It's little things like that. I feel like certain players aren't saying to themselves, to hell with it, it's just McCarthy, we won't get in trouble if we do this. I see a little bit more discipline out there. I need to see more and more every week in order for me to feel a little bit more secure.
Speaking of discipline, that's one of the three things that Mike McCarthy said this team identity needs is grit, discipline, and fundamentally sound football. And so You're right. When it comes to discipline and these penalties, we've seen a decrease in that last week. I'm going to be paying attention to that. So make sure you turn on your notifications. I'm going to tap in live on the halftime show. But appreciate everybody tapping in with us here on all platforms. That's LinkedIn, YouTube, Facebook, and Twitter here today. We even got a new audience here. Shout out to Allow Me to Butt In Sports. I'm going to allow you to butt in on the show. Thank you for the Vegas odds there. Appreciate you watching on YouTube. But Bobby's tapping in, green badge. Do me a favor, all my green badges that support the content here, share this video. And I only got 26 likes, but I got 32 viewers here. I need a like from all viewers here today to ensure this content stays on your timeline. But I didn't.
Don't be mad. If you're an Eagles fan, you can still like it. Don't trip. It's cool. Just throw the like out. If you're enjoying it, you're hanging out here watching it, you might as well throw a like up. Who cares?
It's all good. We're not going to say nothing. But Bobby, yeah, I don't want to take credit for that rush hour. That was Charles Vasquez, who follows here, that gave us that. And we're on rush hour tonight for Monday Night Football. And, let's just talk about a hypothetical situation, Bob. Let's go hypothetical here on the back end of the show. Say for some reason the Black Cat comes out tonight on Monday Night Football again, and the Dallas Cowboys leave out of the Big Apple with an L. What do you think we're going to hear? Are we going to see Michael Gallup and Dak against the Commanders? Is it automatically going to ramp up and that's what we're going to see? Or if we see Cooper Rush win this game tonight, is it possible Cooper can still go on and play on the Commanders week 4? We don't see Dak maybe in MG though week 5 against the Rams. We got the Eagles week 6. Now that's the ultimate parlay. When you go into casinos and you play those slot machines, right? And you got to get to the different levels, right? This coin got to hit here and do this to set this thing off, and this bell and whistle got to go to get to the jackpot. Well, that's week 6. And I think that's what everybody's building up for. And I actually hope that the Eagles can continue on their streak. I want to play you at your best. But I'm curious if for some reason on the back end, if Dallas doesn't come through tonight, like we know they can and we need them to, is that going to switch everything up in terms of the MG13 and Dak sweepstakes going into week 4?
I mean, it certainly is possible. I feel like that knee-jerk reaction kind of stuff doesn't really happen with us anymore. I'm thinking, for as much as we dislike some of the actions of Jerry, he does in fact have the Cowboys in mind and his business, which is the Cowboys. So I hope we're making the right kinds of decisions. I don't know. I feel like that would be a little bit too knee-jerk for us to do, especially with the ability for Dak to get hit in that hand again and have that shit refractured pretty quickly.
He was out there. I seen the pre-games from New York tonight. He's out there running around with that. He's supposed to get his stitches out tonight in New York, if not already. So my man, allow me to butt in and saying, hey, we're going to see Gallup tonight. No, he's been ruled inactive. So we will not see him, in fact. Allow me to
Yeah,
put
he's
in there.
out.
Thank you. Pun
Trust me,
intended.
my fantasy football team tells me right now he is out. So
Daniel says, if we lose, it'll be due to turnovers. I'm not talking about how we lose. I'm just saying if we were to catch an L tonight by Saquon Barkley, Daniel Jones, and the New York Giants, they are to remain undefeated tonight. Does that just totally move that whole deck? Because I truly believe if Cooper Rush wins this game tonight, we're not going to see Dak and them until maybe week 5 or 6. I think they continue to play with house money. You know, Jerry Jones loves house money when it comes to Texas Hold'em, and he's already came out and said it in the media himself. He's courting a quarterback controversy like 2016, y'all.
he loves that shit, man. He loves that shit. He knows it. He knows that it means nothing but views and likes and eyeballs on. You got eyeballs, man. People are looking at us. It's always the case. And here's the thing: whether we win or lose tomorrow, they're still going to be talking about us tomorrow. They're going to be either talking about us beating a team that was inept or being beaten by a team that was inept. So there's no way to win. And I need every Cowboy fan in the world that's watching this right now to realize that. Do not try and fight that shit, because you will just drown. Let it wash over you and move on, man.
That's called moving the goalposts, Bob. You know that. That's what the fucking haters and our own fans are the ones doing it too. They've adopted this moving the goalpost business. And Dalton's tipping in here and he says, after the way the Commanders looked yesterday, win or lose tonight, Dak need to remain seated. I'm telling you, the way that the Commanders lost to the Eagles, I think the Eagles probably should have scored up about 20 more points. They should have ran about 40-some points on them. I thought that offense was hotter than that. I'm happy with Devontae Smith's numbers, though. He got me about 30 points.
That Washington defense is not great, man. They did not do anything to prove that they could ever stop a decent NFL team. Washington is horrible right now, and I don't consider them to be anything really in terms of competition, other than the fact that they're an NFL team, which is just base competition. But Philly, until we beat Philly, nothing is going to matter. There are no games at all up to the point where we beat Philly that matter. All this is just a wash until we beat that team.
Not even the 92 points we hung on their all-star defense that they got last year. Philly fans don't even want to hear that shit, and that's cool. We know y'all going to move the goalposts, but we're going to see y'all week 6, so keep doing what y'all do. We're going to keep doing what we do, but I think that's why Cooper Rush may stay in the driver's seat of the bus if he gets this win tonight going up against the Commanders. I don't think we're going to see Dak Prescott till at least the Rams if Cooper Rush can get a W tonight, because he's going to drive that bus right back out there to RFK Stadium in Maryland, right? That shit bowl of a stadium that's out there with a shit bowl of an owner. I know it's our family. We're going to talk bad about you. We still love you, so hang out here with us. But all teams matter in the NFC East. But, yeah, I believe Cooper Rush can get past the Commanders too as well, should he get this win tonight. Now, a loss changes all of that. But you're going to have to turn on your notifications and tap in with me here. Definitely going to be live at halftime and after the game. So we're going to check in on it and talk about it. But allow me to butt in. Says, what happened to Gallup? Well, he's had that ACL injury, and they've been touting his return. They didn't put him on IR. It's been IR and roster manipulation, Jerry Jones 101.
Yeah, we cut Houston and re-signed him, the next day?
Yeah, he's on. Dennis Houston got re-signed on the practice squad the next day.
A little moving around, man. It's just there's little moving parts, man. If you're a Cowboys fan and don't know about all that stuff, you need to look up all that stuff. Get all the knowledge you can, man, because all you're going to have to do for the rest of your existence as a Cowboys fan is fight people who don't know. So the more you know, the better off we are as a fan base.
And that's why you need to hang out with us here, baby, because we like to put our heads together and figure this type of stuff out. So if you're tapping in here with us, especially my green badges, thank you for supporting the content, especially like my man Bob. Without supporters, the lights don't stay on here in the lab, so we appreciate that. But help me reach my goal of 150 supporters here today on the page. I'm looking for 2 brand new supporters on the quest for the 6-pack. 2 more folks hit that green badge and sign up. You'll be eligible to win what's in this pack, and then you'll be eligible to win that hat. There's only been 6 new subscribers this month, so now you got a 1 in 6 chance for all of the subscribers. Hurry up, get on the subscriber list. All subscribers who sign up in the month of September will have a chance to win that Big Val custom hat up there. It's only 2 of 2 in the world, baby.
Nice.
It's a large and it's hot.
Got a large dome. Yeah, man. My keys to victory tonight, I think, are stopping the run 100%. And again, we talk about that every freaking game. Do we ever totally shut it down? It's been a while since we've shut down a great running back, but we've done it with parts of this defense. So we need to shut down, slow down their running game. Nobody really shuts down Barkley. We're going to slow down. I'm going to be realistic. Slow it down. And we really, really, like you said, we need intelligent quarterback play out of Cooper Rush, because everything else will kind of do what it needs to do. Those are sort of, I don't want to say autopilot, but you're hoping you can at least have a successful autopilot with professionals around you. So most of that stuff will take care of itself, I hope, if culture is right. But that defense, stopping a run.
I mean, that's what backup quarterbacks are meant to do in the NFL. Am I not mistaken? Come in, hold down the fort. But, you know, we got an owner who wants to get clicks or die trying. Well, I'll take that back. He actually just gets clicks. He don't die in the process. You know, courting this quarterback. I'm sorry, that's a tongue twister.
It's a big one.
Courting this quarterback controversy. There we go. I'm all about it. I wish Cooper Rush can run us off. I hope Cooper Rush gets us a dub tonight and the Commanders, and I hope he goes into the Rams. We don't even see Dak Prescott maybe and MG till week 6. Imagine what that would be on a primetime game, because we got 12 primetime games in this division this season. And if you don't think the NFC East doesn't matter, why do we got so many primetime games?
Well, another thing that we need to realize too is we don't want this to go on for too damn long with Dak, especially the situation with Dak, because the more our team gets a rapport with Cooper Rush consistently and over and over and over throughout these weeks before Dak comes in there, the weirder it's going to be to have Dak back in there, because the gameplay is completely different. That's not to say that we won't go right back into kind of fitting in, but there's a completely different game going on there when Dak is behind the center as opposed to Cooper Rush. So we need Dak back healthy as soon as possible. But I'm happy that we're not going and doing this rush thing. Like, we need to get you back. They just re-signed Gallup.
That quarterback, and we're trying to rush Dak back in the pocket, right?
Not Gallup either. They put a lot of money into Gallup, dude. They are not putting that kid back on the field until it's ready to happen.
That's my theory. A lot of Cowboy fans ask the question. Thank you, Caitlin, for tapping in there, letting us know about primetime Danny Dimes. He don't know how to show up. He's 0-8 on primetime.
Oh, I hate hearing that shit. La, 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 la. Damn.
I don't, because I like that defense, baby. And I like Micah Parsons, and there's been a lot of reports about Micah Parsons playing and not playing with the cold. Come on. Ain't no little sniffles going to stop the lion from eating, baby. Just know that. But Bruno taps in and says, Jerry Jones is an idiot. Well, his math is 1 + 1 = 3. It's a little bit different than you and I and our math here. And maybe after all, that's why the Dallas Cowboys are worth $8 billion.
Yeah. The man is definitely not an idiot.
I wouldn't call him that. But I feel your pain, Bruno. I know exactly what you're talking about.
He ain't an idiot. He's just stupid. So it's different. It's different. When we're talking about front office Cowboy shit, I think he's a little stupid. So I'm on board with you on that, man. 100%.
The salary cap boys have that culture now. You know, they're preparing for all of these payouts that they got to do. A lot of folks wondering why we ain't been signing nobody. We're good with our guys. That narrative. Can't win a Super Bowl in the offseason. That narrative. I mean, you know, they're all in. And, you know, if Dak Prescott can come back healthy and Cooper can maintain this buzz, man, look, this season has not been a wash by any means. I mean, all of the fans, basically, except for all of the diehards who were around when we had them 1-15 seasons. You know, after Dak Prescott got hurt game 1 against the Bucs, everybody just said the sky's falling and was ready to trade in their stars. But not us here. We know the difference, baby. That's the diehards.
It's too late, baby.
Yeah, it is. So I think the key to the game here. We've been live about 30 minutes. We got the game jumping off in about 30 minutes. It's going to be 5:15 on the West Coast. So make sure you tap in here with us at halftime. Our keys to the game have been, I just said, Cooper Rush got to maintain this bus with your CDL, baby, or your CBL, Cooper bus license, whatever you want to call it. You know, don't get in there and try to get cute. And then after that, you know, get us about 250 yards and 2 touchdowns, man, and let running the damn ball do the rest.
Yeah, that'd be nice. It'd be good to see a nice, solid, 50% run, 50% pass, 49, 51, whatever the case may be. I'm good with all that shit. Maybe we just don't have the personnel for that anymore. I don't know. Maybe we don't have the OC for that anymore. But I really would like to see a good dose of the run game because that's really, if you don't have that, man, then we got to go to the air, and that causes quarterbacks who haven't played primetime games a lot of problems. So we want to make sure that doesn't happen.
Yeah, I hear you, Ruben. A lot of folks are saying Danny Dimes probably going to get folded up like a shrimp in that backfield, but I don't wish injury on anybody. But I know exactly what you mean. I know they're going to be getting after it. And I tell you this, I know Danny Dimes is going to have his eyes on Micah Parsons every time he is on the field and he snaps that ball. I mean, Micah's averaging 2 sacks a game. If he continues at this rate of speed, Micah's meter, he going to hit 24 sacks. Week 12 against them Colts at home, baby. I mean, the single season record right now is 22.5. This guy could break it at week 12, y'all.
How badass of a player is Parsons? I got his jersey. I mean, he ain't been with the Cowboys very long, and I have his jersey. That is proof that guy has got to be something, man. I don't just go out and buy a jersey of somebody that just happens to look good. And I'm not a huge college fan, so I can't really say that. This guy's something special. Everybody sees it. LT is the only person to say that he's not good enough to be considered in the same conversation with LT. So Lawrence Taylor, that is, not LaDainian Tomlinson.
I'm glad somebody paying attention. Michael's checking in and says, hey, I know y'all heard Dez say, we smoking that giant pack tonight. You're right. Dez put another 10K on it, baby. Dez ain't fucking around. Dez put 10K on them boys last week and won. He got another 10K on them boys today. He going to put his money where his mouth is.
Yeah, what's 10K?
Right.
What's 10K?
Anyway, shout out to Dez, though. But y'all been rolling with BG the Cowboys Unifier. That's my co-host over there, Bob the Cannabis Cowboy. We've been on the pregame show here. We've been giving you our keys to victory tonight, so it's time to tap in on this primetime game. All eyes are on us, y'all, and it's this quest for the 6. We need Cooper to just draw that bus, baby, and get us this dub and come on back to the star, baby. You got any shout-outs before we get out of here, Bob?
Yeah, I just want to say up to all the boys out in Miami, the Cowboy fans that I grew up with, man, hopefully get this win tonight. Shout out to everybody, Build Different Group, of everybody OAT, and go check out Cultivating with the Cannabis Cowboy on YouTube if you haven't done so far. And thank you to all my patrons.
Good deal, man. We've been live here on 4 platforms, Facebook, LinkedIn, YouTube, and Twitter. We growing over here, baby. We built different, man. So do me a favor, like this video, share this video, and comment on this video, and let me know what your game score prediction is. And we're going to come back here at halftime. And then I'm going to be back, especially halftime. And then, I don't know, maybe Bob might join us. Maybe not. We're going to be live after the game, too, as well. So make sure you turn on your notifications. It's Monday Night Football. Them boys against the Giants in the Big Apple. We'll see y'all halftime.